Fortnite Season X was the best season ever. It was chaotic, unpredictable, and most importantly, fun. Sure, it wasn't flawless, but this analysis of the season will justify why the pros heavily outweigh the cons. So, let's start with the brutes. Yes, they were a tough encounter, but certainly not impossible to take down. They were tanky and had powerful weapons, but were vulnerable to boogie bombs, junk rifts, and stink bombs. If you didn't have any of these items, you could flee with shockwave grenades, bouncers, launch pads, the Loot Lake Rift, or the Batman grapnel gun later in the season. Not to mention they got nerfed. Next, the location gimmicks. Sure, these could be annoying at times, but as previously stated, they added to the chaos. Having to taco time mid-fight or fighting a toilet prop at Moisty Palms was stressful but fun. Not to mention, these occurred at former locations that were brought back, giving OG vibes. Staying with locations, Tilted Town is still my favorite location to this day. I loved how the no building changed up the early game, before you left for the mid-game with exciting weapons like the hunting rifle and double-barrel shotgun which couldn't be found anywhere else on the map. This leads to the awesome loot pool during the season. Sure, there were bad weapons like the automatic sniper and the suppressed pistol. There was also clutter. For instance, there was 5 different assault rifles. However, I'll again state that these lead to unpredictability in the early game. Not to mention that shotguns were balanced and not overpowered after the removal of the combat shotgun, with gold tactical shotguns being equally as strong as blue pumps, the highest class of the 2 best. Now let's move to cosmetics. X is still my favorite win umbrella of all time, and the Battle Pass skins were incredible too. Plus, the addition of meme emotes like Stride and Blowing Bubbles were a good touch. Updates were also crazy. There was so much content being added each week that the game was nowhere near stale when the extra week of the season was extended. This included zone wars for sweats who were complaining about pubs being too wacky. Some updates weren't liked, but were mitigated easily. For example, turbo building was nerfed into the ground, but was reverted only a few days later. Skill-based matchmaking was implemented. However, this was needed to address the ever-growing skill gap. And the tactical SMG was overpowered, but it was only in-game for the final few weeks of the season. So then, was Season X that bad? I don't think so, and I actually regard it as the best season ever. If I was judging only on nostalgia, I would have chosen another previous season. I loved Season X for the unique memories, where each match was completely different to the last, and where the map, loot pool, and story were being changed tenfold each week. Rest in peace, Season X.